Right. Shall we predict the rest of the tournament? I don't know what to say. I'm actually distraught. England may well finally be out of the World Cup, but we still have a massive competition to decide here on the channel, and it's hotting up quite nicely. If you guys haven't done World Cup Predictor before, the rules are on the screen right now. Pause the video so you know what's going on. If you have enjoyed the World Cup Predictor, please like this video. Show some support for it. Help it go further on YouTube. In addition to that, if you do like this concept, we also do the Premier League Predictor as well. The Premier League Predictor will be back, of course, when the Premier League's back. And that is a weekly competition. So every single week is a new competition. So we see who has the best predictions each game week. You want to get involved in that? All you've got to do is make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you'll see the videos first. Without further ado, here is the league table. Now, not many people picked up points this week. It was a very hard set of quarterfinals to judge. And yeah, we've got Stuyben still sat on 58 points. Jossor's caught him up quite a bit. He's on 57 points just behind. And someone has just crept into the top 3. I am now level on points with Ben in 3rd position. It's an interesting race towards the end. We've only got 4 games left to predict. 2 semi-finals, a 3rd place playoff, and the final itself. So, by the end of it, anyone within the top half of this list could probably be in with a chance of getting in there at the top of the table. Stuyben's looked a bit shaky recently. Been getting his predictions wrong. Can we catch him up? Everyone down below there as well is basically everyone that has scored a point in this series so far. If you put predictions in last week, Harry, unfortunately, I didn't put you on the list because you didn't score any points. But try again this week. Fingers crossed you can get your name up there. And as I've already mentioned, and I know I'm going on about it quite a lot, please do like this video right now and subscribe to the channel. I've currently just gone over 400 subscribers. I'm hoping to hit 500 by like February time, so please help me out. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. I'm not going to talk about the England-France game. I'm not going to talk about the Argentina versus Netherlands game. There's a lot to be said about what is happening at this tournament right now, and you'll see it impact my predictions shortly. But I don't think it's a discussion to have. I think it'll just show me as a very salty England fan. But I'll leave you with this. It's safe to say something is going on in the background of this tournament. With all that said and done, we're on to the semi-finals. So we've got Argentina up against Croatia and France up against Morocco. I personally think that these are going to be very straightforward things to predict. I think there's only really going to be 2 people in the final. So we'll start up with Argentina versus Croatia. I'm going to talk about Sodit. Like, if Messi can do 5 fouls in the first half and not get a single booking, there is something going on. Like, they want Messi in the final. Of course, they want Messi in the final. Ronaldo's become a bit of a controversial figure over the last, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months maybe. So they're not too fussed on him. But they want Lionel Messi in this World Cup final. And I think even if Argentina themselves don't earn it in this game against Croatia, I think we may well see another controversial decision lead to Argentina being in this final. I will be surprised if an English referee features anymore, because there are certain referees that keep featuring in big games that definitely aren't good enough to feature in big games. And we've seen it a number of times during the quarterfinals. So fingers crossed it goes to the right people. But if certain referees do appear again in this tournament, then you know it's just wrong. It's just wrong. Absolutely wrong. But with this Argentina-Croatia game, Croatia have done very well to get this far. They've dug deep. They've fought some hard battles. Modric has been playing out of his skin. Do I think they've got enough to go any further, though? I'm going to say probably not. I think this is the end of the road for them. I think it will be done in normal time in 90 minutes as well. I've gone for 2-1 to Argentina. There's an argument there that it could go towards Croatia, potentially, or go into extra time and penalties. Who knows? But for me, I think Argentina do have a better squad than Croatia. And I do think that there are certain things swaying towards Messi getting into the final. As for France, I can't talk about their quarterfinal because either I will cry or I'll get very angry. So let's try and avoid that. We'll talk about Morocco. Morocco were incredible in their quarterfinal, digging deep yet again, grinding out a win. They have become the side that everyone is now talking about. Everyone's talking about Moroccan players and will they get this transfer to this team? Will we see so-and-so join the Premier League? It's really cool to see, and for an African club to go as far as they have done is really quite impressive, and I really do hope that it helps build football within their continent and we see more of this in the future, because the fans in particular bring such great character to the World Cup, and that's something that makes it really enjoyable when you're watching two teams you don't care about. If you've got some guys and girls in the crowd giving it their all and doing samba dancing and really enjoying themselves, it just builds that atmosphere and makes those games more interesting, in my opinion. So yeah, it's been great to see. Will they get past France? As much as there are certain people within the organisation of this tournament that want to see Lionel Messi in the final, I've got a feeling they'd quite like to see Mbappe there too, if I'm honest with you. So no, I don't think Morocco make it into the final of the World Cup. If they do, then I will be extremely happy. I will be rooting for Morocco. I will be rooting for Croatia, because I would love to see someone new win the World Cup, especially an African side. I think that would be incredible for Morocco to win the World Cup. Do I think they'll do it? No. This France team, the focus is very much on Kylian Mbappe, but I don't think he is the one that makes this team click. For me, it's Antoine Griezmann. When Antoine Griezmann gets on the ball in midfield, you know, regardless of whether he should still be on the pitch or not after numerous fouls, and I'm not talking like 1 or 2 fouls to avoid a yellow card. He did 5 fouls in the game before he got a yellow against England. If he can continue to stay on the pitch, regardless of how many yellow cards he gets, or fouls he does, sorry, he's the one that makes them tick. When he gets on the ball, he would, because we had so many players for England, I'm talking about the game I didn't want to talk about now, because we had so many players from England just flooding Mbappe, it meant that when Griezmann got on the ball, all he had to do is get past a Declan Rice or a Jude Bellingham, and he was past the midfield and onto the back four. That is the difference in that game, in my opinion, if you look at it solely from a performance perspective. Yeah, so Antoine Griezmann's the one to watch. And France in general do have a strong side. They do have a lot of parts to their team that are exploitable. Hugo Lloris with the ball at his feet is appalling. I couldn't believe how bad he's been in that game the other day. And then with, I don't know, back four, there's a couple of gaps there that you can exploit as well. But overall, that France team's better than the Moroccan team. It's whether the Moroccans can pull out another insane, solid team performance to try and see past another colossal opponent. I don't think they can. I think England are a better side than Morocco, and England got swept aside in the end. I think this might happen to Morocco too. I've gone for 1-0 to France, and I think that's the way it'll go. I think it'll be pretty straightforward for them. I don't know what the score will be, if I'm honest, but I think the result is going to be, in normal time, France win it. If it goes to extra time, if Morocco manage to push them that far, I still think France get the job done before the end of the game. It's going to be Morocco camping in their half up against a France team that are pushing everyone forward. So that's the way I think it's going to go. But I will be rooting for Morocco. I really do want them to make it. So here are my semi-final predictions for the World Cup over the next couple of days. I've got Argentina to win 2-1 against Croatia. Messi carrying a nation on his back yet again. And I'm going for France to win 1-0 against Morocco, because everyone wants to see Mbappe in the final. Well, people who work at FIFA anyway. Remember guys, get your predictions in the comments down below. Like this video, help support the channel going further. The further this channel goes, the closer I can get to offering some sort of reward for you guys in these series. I want to do it with Premier League Predictor. If I can get to the point where this channel's monetized, Premier League Predictor 23-24 season, I will put a cash prize up for it if we can get to that point. So the only way we can get to that point is you guys watching the video all the way through. After you finish the video, like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you put in predictions in the comments, all that jazz, because That's the only way we can really push this series and this channel out to more people. The more people we get, the more likely I'm going to be able to give a cash prize. So if you want to see it, you know what to do. That's it from me today, though. Thank you very much for watching. It's hard. I'm still hurting, and I expect quite a lot of England fans are still hurting and will be for a fair few years, until we win the Euros and Jude Bellingham as the captain, of course. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. World Cup 2026, England versus USA in the final. Jude Bellingham, captain, lifts the trophy. You heard it here first.